Chaya, this idea of focusing only on Orange County, good idea?
Yes,
what do you think?
I think that we need to remember that in the United States, all healthcare is local, just like all politics are local. So when you go in, if you were to say that I'm going to have a national strategy, which this is where EMR companies fail very quickly, is that they want to have a national strategy. There is no such thing as a national anything in healthcare. In fact, if you say the word national healthcare together, Americans get scared and they run, right? So if you focus on either states or localities are even better, like in Orange County, the county has rules associated with that county, hospitals associated with that county, physicians associated with that county that don't work with anybody else. They don't need to. They don't need to have a relationship with doctors up in the Northeast or whatever. Aside from research doctors and aside from those that are thought leaders in their space, people get their information from referrals in a particular area. They don't go out to different states. They don't go out to other places. So it's absolutely critical to stay local, especially in the first 6 months to a year, and just beat the hell out of that market. Right? I mean, go to literally every physician that you can, every dinner that you can, every conference that is available in that area, and just blanket that area with salespeople. So when you look at the pharmaceuticals, that's what they do. They don't really have one sales guy that manages 14 territories. Their sales guy is managing a very local area because you need to understand who they are. It's going to take you time to know these people. You got to know them by name. The referrals partners need to know them by name.
Yep.
So I like that. The issue with Orange County simply may be that of many other counties in the country, Orange County actually has a pretty decent usage of EMRs already. So if you were, depending on how you're going in with the sale, if you actually went in there and said, I don't really care whether you have another EMR. It's fine for you to have another EMR. In fact, if you have an EMR, that's even better, right? So if you go with that approach, I think you're okay. I think if you're just looking for physicians who don't have any EMR, paper only, etc., you may actually be a little surprised because there are counties like Orange County, because it's a pretty wealthy county in the state as well as in the country, that they might have a higher number of health record system already in place. So now having said that, there are localities around there that may have lots of capabilities of having physicians that don't have systems. But since the pitch may not be systems related, it's about the patient experience,
makeover.
it's the makeover. It may not matter, right? But that's the one thing that I see is that if it turns into a EMR to EMR type of
we're cooked.
sale, then there might be.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's good because it is funny that when you look at somebody like a place like Orange County, if you're going to hit the physicians, go after the physicians that are already on the elective side of healthcare. Right? There are two kinds of physicians: ones that work on elective kind of material, whether it's an elective surgery like a dermatologist, like the plastic surgeons, the hip the orthopedics, etc. Those are all generally elective. Then you have the other ones like the heart surgeons and internal medicine, etc., which is nothing elective about it. You got to go there because you got a problem, right? It is those elective guys that are much more likely to take up what you're offering than the non-elective guys. Because the non-elective guys get a ton of patients anyway. In fact, they're trying to get rid of patients.
And make a ton of money.
And they make a ton of money anyway, right? So maybe it's like for the family physicians and the pediatricians. But yeah, everybody else on the non-elective side is generally okay. So if you go after this local market, focus on the electives, get the referral network built up in a way that then these electives start talking to the non-electives in some level of automation, meaning that now we've got enough of the non-electives where now the electives who also send people, right? They refer people to here. If they get, there's a simple thing that lots of vendors don't do well, and that is if you have a system that can generate emails, I mean, you should be sending branded emails from your physicians and your system to all of their network partners.
Totally.
All the time, right?
Yep.
And because that's just an easy way of getting the word out. So in that regard, I think the local focus, absolutely the best way to go. Local to elective focus, even better. And then figuring out a way how those elective guys can get the word out to the non-electives, because you do need those guys. I mean, there's only a certain number of them that you can get that are on the elective side. That three-prong attack over an 18-month period in a single locality would be great. I think that you can prove it out pretty quickly.